Did that just say you're live?
There's no show.
You are live. We are live.
We were already live.
Well, we live now, baby.
I guess so.
Yes, we are.
Oh, it's saying we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. They're having trouble streaming to Facebook. I don't know.
That's all good.
All good as well. So,
All right. So we on YouTube.
Right. JT, you was talking about
So listen, if I didn't show up, what was y'all gonna do?
We was gonna do what we do, baby.
Heat it
y'all
up.
gonna do it without me?
Heat it
Kitchen
up.
talk. CTC.
Conversations that could.
They could.
That's right. We was gonna have to go ahead and hold it down without you.
The train gotta keep moving.
Yeah,
but I already knew that you was gonna be here though. I wasn't even worried about it.
I've never missed a show, and so tonight when I was like, oh my god, but thank God I'm here. I made it. I made it.
So the topic today is
so JT got something on his mind.
Man, listen.
JT got something on his mind. And so he texted me earlier this week and said, this is the topic. So JT, take it away.
I have been really and you know what? A lot of times I really don't pay attention to the music, but I really feel like there is a hidden agenda in the music today. And what I mean by that is I'm listening to the songs on the radio. And when it comes to the female rappers, everything is about tricking. I mean, I hate to say it, but every song, it seems like I'll take your man, I'm gonna rob you, take your money, and I'm gonna leave. You gonna do this, you gonna do that. And I'm like sitting there like, yo, what's going on, man? Why are we sitting here? And all of the females just talking about pretty much prostituting. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's it. That's how everything sounds. And also when it comes to the fellas, it's like everything is like, everybody's selling drugs. I mean, that goes way back to the day when I guess a lot of the rappers from back in the day, but it wasn't like the way it was now. It was just like, oh yeah, the mumble rappers, the rappers that get on tracks and say nothing at all. And I was listening to Snoop Dogg one day, and he pretty much had an interview where he was saying like it's some kind of agenda. All the rappers, and they always doing the same thing. And I'm like, yo, really? You just sat on here and said absolutely nothing at all. No words at all. But I'm going to tell you, honestly, one day I ran across some kids.
Right.
And they literally,
I said, right?
Yeah, I ran across some kids. And they were literally like standing there like saying, and it was like, I was like, bro, y'all talking in code or something? Like for real, what's really going on? Like, oh, nah, sir. Just for one, I ain't like the way they called me sir, because I feel old.
You old, JT.
I know it's a few of these gray strands right there that kind of say different. I ain't that old, but it was like, yeah, sir. I was listening to that whoever young rich nigga, somebody, a young NBA's young boy, and all of this type of. I'm like, yo, man, I don't know who y'all listening to, but bro, they got y'all really sounding out here sounding crazy right now, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. What direction are the kids going in these days? And why should parents be sitting here letting their children listen to Meg Thee Stallion? I don't mean to call people out, but Meg Thee Stallion, City Girls, and all these other females that's like basically saying, hey, go out here, sell your pee and make money.
Your WAP.
That's exactly, yeah, WAP. That's it. The WAP. Go out here, sell it and make money. And I'm like, yo, man, that's sad. It was just sad to me.
Well,
I don't know how y'all feel, but it's sad.
I feel you, but again, it's America, right? It's freedom of speech, it's freedom of expression. But know that the guys have been doing this already, right? The guys have been doing this. It is really up to us to make a choice to say, you know what? I'm not going to listen and partake in that. I'm not going to support it in terms of buying it. I'm not going to support it in terms of replaying it. But they have all the rights to play it, to spin it, to do what they do. Think about, I was in the age of 2 Live Crew, right? When they first came out. Oh, look. I mean, the whole nation, that was not just a nation, the whole world was looking at how, parent advisory became the big thing because of 2 Live Crew, right? Because of what the message they had to share. And again, here we go. As a parent, as a consumer, I can choose to leave it on a shelf, or I can choose to purchase it and listen to it. So you make some good points, but again, it goes back to the parenting. It goes back to the consumer. But I can't be mad at the people that's producing it. Now, could there be a hidden agenda? Yes, sir. When it comes to lowering our vocabulary, lowering our standard, lowering our values, if they want to put that out, that's fine. I just don't have to eat the apple, right?
You don't.
I don't have to eat the apple.
Okay, so I got this one question. Was you all in an uproar like you are now when the men were talking about hoes and bees and never uplifting women? So it was all right to pimp them and prostitute them.
I can't go with you on that. It's not.
Hold on. I'm asking JT a question because he's in an uproar about women selling their commodity because they it's a commodity. It belongs to me. If I want to sell it, I can sell it. But you in an uproar about that. Were you in this same uproar when men were using and abusing and degrading women? Did you have this same uproar with 2 Live Crew? Did you have this same uproar with the was it Nelly, whoever it was, that slid the credit card down some
Nelly
video vixen
tip drill
crack? Did you have the same passion, about women, getting over on men when men been selling us for years? Was it that same? Did you have that same? Was it on your mind then, JT? Was it on your mind then?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I had a whole different mindset back then. When it came, this was back when I was in the club back then, and I was.
You thought like a child.
Was it on your mind when you was a striker?
See, I listen. That's different.
Was it on your mind? Was it burning you up then? Because you not understand it then.
I was just dancing.
Well, again, Lisa, you bring up a good point. Now that, the women artists are making money off of their goods, right? It's not the male artists making money off of them. They may making money off of themselves. Should we be mad? And again, I say no. You do what you do, but I don't have to support it. That's the thing, right? I can support the music that's positive, that's uplifting, whatever I choose to. Does it affect us in the long run? I definitely believe it does. So not just the music, but think about Real Housewives, Celebrity Wives, all these other shows.
Basketball Wives, Basketball Tricks, Celebrity House Tricks.
Now we all tricks.
I ain't say kitchen talk tricks. I ain't say kitchen talk tricks. I said them celebrity basketball wives.
How do basketball wives get to be a trick? They married to whoever.
No. Go pay attention.
I'm not saying
majority of them chicks on there ain't even married.
I know a lot of them not married or were married or however it go. But I'm saying why they got to be a trick.
I agree. Again, they're making money off of what they can make money off of, you know. But again, does it have a long-term effect on our kids? Yes, it does. There was a study done with the Girl Scouts. And the Girl Scouts, they asked the kids, do you watch the Kardashians? Many of the young ladies said, yes, we watch the Kardashians. And they looked at some of their character traits, and they found that a lot of the character traits that the Kardashians possess, the young girls started to possess in terms of not being loyal, backstabbing, being very and again, it's not that they're taking the good traits, they were taking the bad traits, right? The arguing with other people, the constant bickering, never truly developing true friendships, right? They're always switching up with somebody else. And when they saw the study, they were not too shocked. And here we are today, it's the same.
But honestly, friends, even before reality TV, that was a part of growing up.
I agree.
When you're trying to figure out who the friends are, I think you learn loyalty in different ways.
Yes,
so I wouldn't necessarily put that. I wouldn't necessarily put that on. Hold on. I'm not saying that. Well, television is programming.
Correct.
So a lot of times we do mimic art and art mimic life and all of that. But what I'm saying is, before there was reality TV, still as a young person, kids fall out all the time.
Yeah, but not the same way, right? They have lasting. Yeah,
they fall out, they get back together. They fall out, they get back together. They have a little spat and they get back together. That's part of growing up.
I agree, but it's a difference in terms of, you know, I'm not going to do it just to do it, just to see how you feel about it, right? Again, the study showed that they were showing some of the same similarities. Now, do kids kind of do the same thing too? Yes. But because they were watching that particular show consistently, they were picking up on those traits. Think about it. Golden Girls. We all know the Golden Girls, right?
Thank you for being a friend.
They stuck together through the good, through the bad. And many of you who watched it, because Lisa, that's one of your shows, right?
Travel down the road and back again.
Many people who watched it, they have that same type of outlook in terms of how they deal with other people. How do they deal with their friends? And that's what the study was looking at.
I'm a living single girlfriend, girlfriends kind of girl, not Golden Girls.
So again,
ain't nothing wrong with Golden Girls. I love Golden Girls.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it wasn't one of my shows.
Oh, it wasn't no show.
But again, the study,
ain't no black people on it.
The study kind of showed that people, the young girls were picking up on those traits. Now, when it comes to the music, it's the same thing. So I agree with JT on that point. If I'm a parent, I don't know if I want my child to listen to that all the time. But JT, here's the issue that you have, right? The parents are listening to it too.
Exactly. Exactly. And how do you shield your child from that when you're part of it?
Correct.
So JT, so the real problem is the fact that it's a woman talking about sex and how she uses her sex to get what she wants.
Nah,
and you think that's a bad thing?
No, we ain't doing that.
I'm asking you what the real issue is.
I just don't know. The real issue is poisoning the children. That's the real issue to me. I don't want the kids to be poisoned, because at some point, if you're going to allow your kids to grow up and listen to this kind of stuff, then it's going to be a point where, okay, Cardi B has a line in one of her songs on the WAP song where she said, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do this, yada, yada, yada. Man, my grandma raised my mom and them and aunties and uncles and everything else to be able to take care of themselves. So at the same time, I think and I would hope that parents these days raise your children to be able to take care of themselves and take care of, be a wife, be a husband and everything else. But when you got people out here telling you, I don't cook, I don't clean and this and that, you ain't gonna be worth a damn when you get a certain age. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Now, she didn't say she didn't know how to do it. She just said she don't do it.
Good point. Good point. Lisa got
on, Lisa.
Because
come on, Lisa.
Honestly, it's just me, and I don't cook or clean unless I absolutely have to. But that don't mean I don't know how to do it.
Good
but
point.
They rich. They ain't got to do it.
But that is her point, though, too, in that she has gotten to a point where she doesn't have to do it anymore, right? I agree with Lisa on this. She may know how to do all of it, but she can choose not to do it because she's put herself in a position where she doesn't have to. But again, does our kids pick up on those notes the same way we do, right? Some even the parents, do you pick up on some of those notes? You're singing the song, but are you really getting it?
Okay,
listen, man, I don't mean to cut you off, Lisa, but my grandma and my mom and them used to say this thing when I was growing up, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard it as well. I hope you know that homework, and I hope you know that Easter speech, and I hope you know that Christmas speech the way you know that song on that radio, or the way you know this, or the way you know that. Hey, listen, as long as they picking up the right things, we good. But I would not want my daughter or son picking that up. That's just me.
So I know when we talked earlier, you were saying that you felt like it was teaching little girls how to be whores. So how is so if we say that the music is doing that, then we go back to saying that NWA and they F the police is teaching folks how to be mad at the police. But the whole argument was it's freedom of speech, and that's not what we saying. That's how we feel. That's our expression. So why is there a separate line now when you saying that the women are now teaching little girls how to be whores versus we can separate it when the men talk about stuff?
You really gonna do this, Lisa? That's what you gonna do? You really?
Oh man,
that's different.
I'm listening. It is different. How?
It's not different. I can honestly say, man, I grew up. I'm a little bit young for the NWA generation, but I did hear a lot of their music as I was, I guess, when I got to a certain age or whatnot. But yeah, it was freedom of speech, and I guess it is all freedom of speech. But at the same time, man, it's sending even with NWA, it was sending a bad message. And even with the music now, it's still sending a bad message. I gotta agree with that.
Here's the thing. The thing is, it's a message, right? With NWA, their message wasn't bad. It's just how it was interpreted, right? They had a message in terms of this is not the right way for you to be treating us. So we got to take care of ourselves, essentially. But how you interpret it is going to be different. Now, the music today, it leaves a little room for interpretation, which is why I kind of lean on JT's side with this, because this is, very explicit. This is what you do. This is what I do. This is how I do it. Now, again, do they have the right to say it? Yes. They have the right to put it out, to sell it, to publish it, to do all that they do. And I'm not against it. What I can do is, again, turn the radio to another station. Don't buy the CD. Support somebody else that I like. Create something for myself. for my own family to listen to. We have choices, so we need to choose wisely. We don't have to stick with what, you know, you're getting fed over and over again. So it goes back to all of the stuff, just not radio. It also goes back to the TV programming. Right. You know, I don't have to watch this show. Some people, they just addicted to it. They got to watch it week after week. They got to listen to all of the juicy gossip. And a lot of it is fake anyways. To be honest with you, even the music, the ladies are saying that, but that's not the life that they might, you know, really live.
Exactly.
So again, our as parents and as leaders, we have to interpret that. Now, do we like the rhythm of the sound, of the beat, of the drop? Yes. So play it. You know what I mean? Is there a time and a place for it? I agree. There is a time and a place for it.
Come on.
But at the same time, like I said, it's a choice. You get to choose.
So here's other. Oh, go ahead, JT.
And I'm gonna say, man, I'm honestly say that I was one of those people, boy. I don't know why, but I really had to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta every week until it just seemed like I started meditating a lot, reading other things or whatnot. And it's something I was like, you know what? It got to the place where I couldn't see black women act like that. I just couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was Basketball Wives. I watched those shows and I was like, you know what? I can't see these women act like this no more.
So, JT, it's not even just those shows. There's also shows like, and Lisa, you and I had this conversation as well when it came to How to Get Away with Murder and what's the other one to fix it? Scandal. You know? I was for season 1 all in, but then I saw the light and I said, no way, no more. And what
changed you though? What changed you though, France? Go ahead and say it. I know what.
Again, it's perspective. It's how we are perceived. You know, just like Lisa said earlier, how black women are perceived, even how black men are perceived. If I don't think it's in a positive light, then I don't need to support it. I don't need to watch it. The more I watch, the more they get, the more, you know, people are going to keep, the seasons are going to keep going. Once you stop supporting it, who's going to watch?
But it again, interpretation and perspective, right?
Correct.
So I could listen or somebody else could listen to Cardi B or whoever, and it empowers them not to be used by men anymore.
I agree.
So I can watch Scandal and look at her and say, yes, she's flawed, but she's also a powerful woman. Her and How to Get Away with Murder. Yes, they have their issues. I'm also intelligent enough to know that one person doesn't represent all women. That one person doesn't represent all black women. All black women not like this.
And that's where you and I had the disagreement, right? Because we had a disagreement. Again,
always.
You have the ability to separate that, right? A younger mind does not. So just like JT's point, you got young girls who are listening to this type of music and they're not thinking about, oh yeah, I'm empowered to do X, Y, and Z, to live my best life, to be a greater me. They are literally singing it verbatimly, right? They're singing it. They're portraying it. The same thing I was telling you about the Kardashian study. The girls were doing it literally the same thing they saw the night before. They were doing it to their friends, literally. Like it's no, okay, I get it, I understand it, and I'm gonna use the information to empower myself. Not everybody can, and I keep saying our young folks, but some of our older folks can't do that, right? They don't know how to interpret, and it's okay. Yeah, this is a positive spin.
So it goes to also is that the artist's responsibility?
It is their responsibility.
If we're saying that, then we're saying, hold on, if we're saying that it's the artist's responsibility, then we won't have no music, right? Because we wouldn't have a Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, because somebody could say that was hate music. We wouldn't have different kinds of messaging.
You can't do that.
Because somebody would interpret it the wrong way. Just like NWA's F the Police. That was out of their experience. But if we're saying it's the artist's responsibility to only give you sunshine and flowers so that everybody do right, then we won't have no kind of music, no kind of entertainment.
So again, I agree with you. I agree that they should put out whatever they feel in terms of being creative, they can put out, right? The shows, if you feel it's creative enough, put it out. Get your bag. I am not. What I am against is, again, what JT was saying, we got to be mindful of the hidden agenda, or we have to enlighten our community about what's really going on. And since you brought up Marvin Gaye, what's really going on? What you really trying to say? And then go from there. Can I listen to the music and dance and have a good time? Yes. But do I need to let it rest in my psyche so that this is how I act, portray, and do? No, I don't have to do that. Again, we have to be able to discuss those things with our kids, with our family, friends, whoever, so that they understand the difference between art and life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But are we really doing that, Lisa?
But art is life, because people give you their art out of their life experience. I'm not saying that reality shows and some music isn't sensationalized. I'm not saying that, because they sensationalize it so that we will come and watch it, because we like drama. It's some people that like drama. I don't mind watching drama. I just don't want drama in my life. So I might sit down and watch a reality show because I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. But now I don't want that in my personal space. And if you listen to a lot of those reality stars, even though it's reality TV, it's so scripted. Those are manufactured. The arguments are manufactured, and they will sit down and they will say, the powers that be, or this the R&B divas, they used to call him the Wizard. The Wizard said, when you go back and you watch some of their interviews, they want them to act like that instead of telling us what. If you really think about it, if you really just looked at their real life, it's enough drama without the extra in their real lives that can help somebody.
So
versus taking people to another level. But I get you. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that people don't take it and then be like, oh my God, this is real and this is how I'm supposed to act. I'm not saying that. I know people do that. But we all are influenced by something.
We are.
It's just whether we choose for it to be positive, negative, in the middle, or whatever. We're all informed and influenced by something, whether it's the Holy Spirit, the devil. It don't matter. We are all influenced by something. JT is influenced by some old fogey stuff, by she just need to be barefoot and pregnant in the house and not trying to sell her stuff.
That was a joke. I don't even know why you still trying to hang on to that.
That's why he all hot about the lady saying she could sell her own stuff and instead of letting the man use her in the video. That's what he mad about.
But you know what? You kind of brought JT point to the fray now. You actually supported JT's point.
Okay,
right?
How's that?
Again, when you said that the Wizards are saying to do blank, 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 that's what JT's trying to say as well. In terms of there is a hidden agenda, right? we may know that this is not really real, but do our younger folks or younger minded folks understand that this is not the real deal? You know, this is scripted. This is set up. So into that case, JT's a little bit right there. These kids don't know. They just singing it. Now, are there kids and people who do know and who are just singing a song because it's just a song? Yes. You know, they understand that it's just a song. I'm going to sing it. It's funny. It's jokey. And I'm cool with it. And move on.
The thing, and one thing that stood out to me is there's a rapper, I'm not going to say his name or whatnot, but at the same time.
Why not? You said all the girls' names.
Thank you.
I like dude. I like dude. But no, Young Jeezy. No,
you gotta call him out.
Jeezy. I like Jeezy. All right, Young Jeezy. All right, okay. He's talking about the snow, man. We know we talking when you talk about the snow, talking about the cocaine and everything else, right? But he's telling you this. But his son is about to graduate from college. But he's telling your sons to go out and slang this dope. You see what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
How?
He has changed his messaging.
Now.
He has changed his messaging. And it goes back to what you were saying, Lisa, in terms of can the artists now say, you know what? I want to do better by my community. I want to empower my community. So I'm going to put out messaging, right? That's going to give them the inspiration, the motivation that they need to have in order to achieve the things that I can't even achieve, right?
But at the same time, though,
Jeezy is saying it now. You know what? I'm here, but you could be bigger than where I'm at. So yes, his messaging changed, but going back, JT, you know, the Wizard still want to hear about the street life. They still want to hear about the gang bang and the slanging.
But see, and what makes me think about that as well is that when you change your messaging on your music, do you sell as many albums? Now, I can go way back to the day and I can think about how Rakim and all, Rakim, Nas, a lot of others, LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, how they uplifted black women. Said Queen Latifah was known for letting black women know we queens. Who you calling a bitch? And all of these type of things. But now it's like they get a kick out of I'm a bad B, you know? I'm a pimp, I'm a hoe, I'm a hustler, I sell drugs, this and that, yada yada yada. And I'm like, man, we have come so far away from the mark that they set. But I also do realize that sex sells, drugs sell. Talking about that kind of stuff sells music. And it takes me to a point where I listen to country music. They still talking about their Chevy trucks and how their wife did them bad and all of that. Rock and roll, still the same. Country music, still the same. Soft rock, still the same. But rap changed. R&B changed. I'll smash your hoe and everything else. I'll take your girl, Mr. Take Your Girl, and I understand what you I'm telling you, friends, you can shake your head, but I'm just saying.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I do think that country music has taken on a little bit of rap music, right? I do think that rock and roll was always about sex, drugs, and all type of stuff. So was it a positive, beautiful vibe? Nah, not necessarily. Even R&B is getting to that stage of we going to the, talking about the other side of love, right? So
the other side of
the other side. There's an evolution that happens in all of the genres, but rap for sure has definitely changed drastically in a short period of time. Now, is there still people, rappers, who are doing positive stuff and positive music? Yes, there is. Can some of the mainstream guys do it too? Yes, they can. And why would they do it? When we start buying their stuff. I said this, and I'm going to say it again.
Money talks.
Everything else walks, right? So our women, I was sharing this lesson to a group of young men, right? And to a group of young women too. Because one of my little mentees, she was dating another guy that I did not know, right? And when I first met her, I was like, "What? You're talking to this dude?" And I said, "Listen, I don't mind, and I don't think it's a bad thing, but know that you influence him. He shouldn't influence you. So if you tell him that you need to pull your pants up, you need to get good grades. If you want to date me and be around me, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna do what he needs to do. It's either he's gonna change it up or he's gonna leave. And if he leaves, he wasn't for you. So we're in the same situation with this music and this TV and all this stuff. If they don't change for us, we can move on to something else. That's all it is.
So I agree with you, JT, that there are hidden messages, right? But I don't necessarily, I think we as artists buy into it, but the hidden messages don't necessarily come from us. It comes from the outside wanting, this is what I want you to tell them. This is what I'm going to sell. I don't want them empowered. I don't want them to speak correct English. I don't want them to give positive messages. So if you come to me as a record executive, as a TV producer, as a movie producer, and you have something positive,
ain't gonna fly.
I'm probably not gonna co-sign on that. And so then you won't make the money. It's all hidden messages, right? So I think about too when Halle Berry won an Academy Award for Monsters Ball.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a hidden message. That's telling young actresses that
it's the only way you're gonna get it.
No dialogue. You just need to strip yourself and let some white man pound on you on TV, and that's what you need to aspire to. When Denzel Washington won an Academy Award for Training Day, his performance was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
But are you saying to young black male actors that you need to be a rogue cop? You don't need to be a positive figure in movies.
You don't need to be like Glory when he played in Glory.
You don't need to be. You don't need to be a Malcolm X because he really should have won for that.
He should have won.
He embodied Malcolm X, but he didn't win for that.
Right. He should have won for
I agree with you. There are hidden messages, but I think you too surface and just putting the blame on a woman or women or the surface artists. I'm not saying that they don't have some buy-in. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if I am a young artist and I'm trying to get out there, there are some that will compromise and say, okay, this is the kind of music that you want, then this is what I'm gonna give you. Look at the Biggies, look at Tupac, all of their music went positive. Biggie used to talk about how he would, do whatever to a woman.
Well, again, all of that is set up for us to continue to get what we're getting. But again, I'm not mad at them because, like Lisa said, it is art. It's their art, and it's their product. The question is, are you going to buy it, and are you going to support it? When we stop listening to the radio stations because they're playing blank, 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 they're going to change. When you stop listening to this particular artist, they're going to change, right? they're not going to change it. They're not going to enhance the art because people are still buying the product, right? If the product, whatever it is, they know you're going to buy it regardless of how they put it out.
Right.
They're going to keep doing it because they know it's a cash cow, right? And that's what most of the artists forget. They know they're going to cash you out and move on to the next. Yeah. That's why JT, you have the artists now. Well, you know, we can't get that lyricist like we've had before. So you know what? You just need to say all of that.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna find a way to market it, sell it, and get these kids on it and make the money from it. We'll fill up the arenas based off of that. Until we stop going to the concerts, until we start supporting them, there's no change that's gonna happen. Like I said, you could choose to stay or you could choose to walk away.
And then also, what is wrong with, and I'm not saying I listen, because some of the stuff you was talking about, I have no idea. I have heard the WAP song.
Did you listen to any of them?
I didn't get a chance to, but I have heard the WAP song. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why you said WAP? Why you don't say WAP?
That's what it's called, right? WAP.
Oh, I was thinking it's called WAP. I was wondering why you were spelling it out.
WAP. That's the name of the song, WAP.
Do you know? Yeah. But it's an acronym though.
I know what the acronym means.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I just want to make sure you know what it is.
Yes, I heard the song. I know what the acronym means. But here is another point. Okay, so is there something wrong with a woman admitting that she's a sexual being and that she enjoys sex and that this is what she wants, this how she want it? Are you mad because she just put it out there like that? Or do you want her to be quiet about it? So you want a lady in the street and a freak in the bed. So as long as she a freak in private for you, then that's all right. But she can't be a freak otherwise. She can't let everybody know she a freak. So she can't own her own sexuality. That's a problem.
They see you in the hot seat.
Betty Wright said you can't show your teeth to every man you meet. So yeah, you know, and she that right there, that's a true line.
But you show your teeth to every woman you meet.
I'm showing my teeth right now.
So why can't I? Why can't I?
Good point.
But I ain't doing nothing but smiling.
Good point.
I might just be smiling too.
So you know, Lisa, that is a very good point. Spike Lee did a remake of one of his old.
She's Gotta Have It.
She's gotta have it.
She's gotta have it.
Let me tell you, it was done so well because it showed the differences that women go through in terms of, hey, if you're doing it, why can't I? If you're walking around running through the streets with no shirt on, why can't I? Right? So again, I agree with you, Lisa. I think that if she wants to share, you know, her thoughts, her sexuality and put it on out there, she should, because men do it too, right? We do it. So if she feels that she's comfortable enough to do that, she should go ahead and do it. I have no problem.
JC want her cooking and cleaning. He don't want her telling people she's sexual.
Hey man, it's a little saying that they got out there now. Talk about if she like that, she belong to the streets. Hey, she belong to the streets. I don't need it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh wow!
It goes to two points, like for example, if you're going, it's not that only we're looking at from the street side. We need to also look at it from the other side, right? Like, I'm out here doing my thing, working hard. You should be doing the same. I don't want you to be, you know, not living to your full potential. So you don't have to be selling and showing. You could be doing some other things as well to show your other true talents. Now, if that's what you want to show, Lisa, I agree. Show it.
That might be her true talent.
Hey, show it. Show it. Sell it.
My wife.
Your bag. But let's not only keep it on that end, right? We got to tell our men and our women that that's not all that makes you who you are. You don't need to only sell this or be this to make it. You don't need to be a rapper to make it. You can do other things to be successful.
Right.
So I think, again, it goes to the messaging. What's the message that we're sending to our kids to tell them there are other pathways, right?
Right.
I was just talking to somebody the other day in terms of creators, inventors. In the Black community, think about the last inventor, right? Well-known inventor that we've had. And I had to think about, I really had to think about it, which made it sad, because I should not have to think that hard about who is creating X, Y, and Z. So,
but you know what, friends, that's a whole nother place to go, because listen, and I'm gonna say this, because Black people did not get credits for the things they invented.
Correct.
We invented a whole lot.
Correct.
So
we didn't know we couldn't get patents.
You're saying the next, who is the famous one, or you had to think about who was the one that I know, you're not gonna know.
No, I'm talking about currently.
But even currently,
you're right. You're right.
We do ideas, and they get. Come on.
So I got a question.
They've been getting stolen for years. They ain't stopped stealing yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I got a question.
I agree with that.
Who was this lady that was from Chicago? She came.
We can't hear
the
you.
lady from that was.
Oh my goodness.
He's underwater.
Oh, my goodness.
And frozen.
What was the verses? What was the verses? What was the verses show?
Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley. You giving us
Teddy Riley. Still Teddy Riley.
How?
Still Teddy Riley all day, right? Anyways,
reason though.
Hello.
Well, Lisa. No,
okay.
I agree with you, Lisa. I do think, again, we can't look at it only on that side. We got to look at it at all sides. We got to start promoting it and pushing it. I think just as much as you're hearing this, that type of music, we should also be pushing our own agendas as well. So just as much as the wizard, whoever that is pushing their agendas, we should be pushing our own agenda as well. That's the point we're trying to make.
But then too, it still goes to the money part, because even for us, we'll say, well, let me do this little bit and make that, and then I could do better. And sometimes we don't do better. But in order to get our foot in the door, like for instance, let's just take Kitchen Talk for instance. Great content, great show. If I really had the money to do everything that I wanted to do, but am I gonna sell out for it? I don't know. I don't think I will, because I don't want the integrity of what we're doing to be glossed over. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, but at the same time, somebody else might not necessarily feel like that. And I guess I shouldn't use the word sellout. Sometimes you have a dream, and that dream needs to be funded. And sometimes you do what it takes to get that dream funded. I was watching Madam C.J. Walker's story, right?
Yeah, great film.
So the movie was great.
Loved it.
But she stole that recipe.
Yeah, she did. Woo! She did.
Well, think about it though. At that time, was there patents in place?
That's the thing.
Well, it was a great. Come on, friends. Are you gonna say that she could have a girl recipe because she ain't have no patent?
Listen.
That's what happened with us.
Exactly.
Except when we did it to each other, she did it to another person.
Correct. The person who takes it to the market first is the person who's going to eat. She did what the other lady wasn't willing to do. She got out in the streets. She marketed it.
That other lady wasn't necessarily not willing to do that. She was doing it. She just wasn't doing it to the market that she was doing it to. And she tried to get her to come and let her help or come let her do it. When she didn't, she stole the lady's stuff. Come on. That's not right.
Let me say this, Lisa. She did change it.
No, that's not right.
Not necessarily. Because listen, she did what Walmart does, right? You got your regular brand and you got your Walmart brand. So Walmart says, hey, I know you selling this in my store, right? But I'm going to change it just a little bit, put my name on it. And the consumer gets to choose who they're going to buy it from. They can buy it from you or they can buy it from me. And she did that. We can't be afraid of competition. And that's the other thing. We cannot.
No, friends. That's not
you either gonna buy this stuff or you gonna get this stuff or you gonna get this great value.
I'm sorry. No.
Just a little bit.
You gonna get this Sprite or you gonna get this check soda.
Major drug industries do it all the time. So you have your Tylenol and your Advil. They'll wait till that thing expires, and then everybody takes the actual piece and say we could modify it where you're going to get the same benefits for far less the cost. So Madam C.J. Walker did the same thing. I'm not mad at her. If anything, the other lady should have joined the bandwagon. You saw it's like playing basketball, right? If I see LeBron is hot tonight, I'm not going to keep the ball. I'm going to pass the ball to LeBron. LeBron, here's the ball.
So let me get this straight. Hold on. Let's acknowledge Lucas Reyes. Hi. Thanks for watching. Yes, we do read the chat. Y'all read the chat. We do read the chat.
Yes, we do. We definitely read the chats.
So let me get this straight, friends. Let me get this straight, what you're saying. So I create a product.
Correct.
I create a product.
Yep.
Right? An invention.
Right. Yeah.
And based on the movie, because I don't want you to sell my product, it's all right for you to steal my product and sell it. Is that what you're saying?
Lisa, when you watch the movie, there was no patent on the product. She did not
patent, no trademark.
She just trademarked nothing. So guess what Madam C.J. Walker did? She said, you're not going to let me in. I'm going to find my own way. And that's what we need to do.
I'm sorry. She did not find her own way.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
It was not hers.
Listen, you just
said. So now, friends, you just said that everything that was stolen from Black people was all right because we didn't put no patent on it.
Listen,
we just talked about Black inventors and things being stolen and somebody else's name being put on it. So that's okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They still made their profit off of that, right? Let's go to the light bulb. And who created the light bulb, right? He didn't get the recognition for it because he didn't get to the patent as fast enough. Now, was it right? No, but did it happen? Yes.
I'm not saying it didn't happen, but you just said Madam C.J. Walker was right and you're not mad at her for stealing somebody's stuff.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Black steal from the black. Wow. It's all right because she stole it from a Black person.
And that's why I say it from the other side too. If it was in all of the stuff that we do and create, we got to get our stuff together. We cannot let people pilfer and steal from us when we know what to do.
So right? How did she let Madam C.J. Walker steal her stuff?
Once again, she didn't let her do it. She just
said let.
No,
she got caught slipping
on the other end of the spectrum. In our current time, I'm not referring to Madam C.J. Walker's time, right? In that time frame, she could have joined the bandwagon with Madam C.J. Walker, but she decided not to. She wanted to do her own thing. As a matter of fact, she was nasty to her.
It was her thing to do.
Regardless
of love to her.
Regardless of what happened, the question is, what are you going to do with the resources that you have? That's the problem that we have right now. I don't care if it's black, white, I don't care who take your stuff. We got to take care and use the resources we have, and we have to maximize from it. If we don't, somebody else is going to come in and jack you. That's what it is. They're going to come and jack you. And that's what happened. And can I get mad at her for doing it? Yeah, but will it make a difference? No, you still got jacked. What we can do is be better about our resources and say, you know what? I need to get this out to the people like I needed, like she's doing it, right? You see what's happening with the whole Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A. We got to get out in these streets. They're pilfering from each other, but one is saying we're going to get there first. So we got to say, this is our resource. We're going to protect our resource. We're going to protect our brand so that we can get out here and make the dollars that we need to make. Now, if they come up with something different and creative, do it. We're going to be here to compete and get it. What happened? Okay, yes, she took your stuff. What are you going to do? Lie down and just cry and just don't do nothing? That's what she did. She didn't say, you know what? Because Madam C.J. Walker did it, I could do it too. I could build my own brand. I could build my own mansion. I could build my own. We can't cry over spilled milk. We got to step up and say no.
I can't believe you just blame the woman because somebody stole her stuff.
What you talking about? It happens all the time. That's the other side of music that we're missing out on too. These people are creating their creative songs and they're getting pilfered, right? They're stealing.
Elvis Presley made a career out of it.
Stealing other people's stuff. We need to.
Okay, so friends, going by what you just said, we were in the record studios. We were in the studios making songs and pressing records and putting it out there, and then somebody came and stole it.
Hey,
according to what you just said, that's our fault.
It is our fault. It is our fault.
How is it our fault when they was putting it out?
Even Michael Jackson, Prince said it himself. You need to own your stuff. Yeah. Own it. Stop selling out to these people, to these wizards, whoever you want to call them.
How you selling out to them when they stealing it? I didn't sell it. They stole it.
Lisa,
we're not gonna agree on this one. I love you. I love you. Mwah. I love you so very much. But we're not gonna agree on this one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to agree to disagree because I don't get that. I don't get somebody making a profit off of something they stole from me and it's my fault. I don't get that.
Listen, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying we have to step up and say, you know what? I can overcome it. I can do better by it. Okay, you got me one time. You're not gonna get me again. And what's happening is they keep getting them again and again and again and again. We got to change up our game plan. That's what I'm saying, Lisa. Essentially, yes. Is it wrong that they're pilfering from you and taking your stuff? Yes. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna continue to let them take from you? Are you gonna step up and say, nah, enough is enough? I'm sorry.
I love you, and I can't even find the middle to come and meet you. I can't.
Oh God.
And I'll try to find the middle to come meet you. I will try, but I can't find the middle to come meet you right then.
She ran out of gas. She can't get in her car right now.
I'm not necessarily out of gas. I'm just saying I can't veer that way.
It's okay. It's okay. But
it's all good. Everybody got their own thought process to it, I guess.
There it is. At the end of the day, we can't. That's just my piece. We can't allow others to dictate how we feel, what we do, how we do it. Going to the full conversation, right?
Right.
Full conversation with JT piece.
Right.
I get a chance to choose. I get a chance to choose what I put in, what I put out, and I get a chance to choose how certain things affect me, and then what I do based off of what has happened.
Right.
I get a chance to choose that.
Right.
We are the masters of our fate, right?
I agree.
We have to take control of it.
I agree.
Is it wrong? Yeah, there's a lot of wrong that's happening. The question is, what are we going to do? I wanted to talk about the presidential piece, the presidential debate, which is a lot of wrong, but we'll save that for another night. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that can be next week. That right there, boy. Let's get that next week.
We are not going to talk about that hot mess. That was a hot mess.
Yeah, hey.
That was a hot. Hey. But speaking of, listen. If you are not registered to vote, Monday is your last day to register to vote. Get out, get register to vote. Thank you, Jamal, for putting that up. Get registered to vote. Get registered to vote. Monday is the deadline, at least for Leon County. I'm not sure across the country. Check with your supervisor of elections. If you are not sure if you are still registered or whatever kind of hocus pocus they might try to play on, no, you're not registered. Yes, you are. Please check by November 5th in Leon County. Check with your supervisor of elections. Make sure you still on the books as a registered voter. Check. Make sure that you are registered to vote. Early voting in Leon County starts October. I think we got it, Jamal, somewhere. Starts October the 19th, I think. Yep. Early voting starts October 19th through Sunday, November the 1st. If you feel some kind of way about a mail-in ballot, go ahead and order your mail-in ballot, and you can take it to a poll if you don't want to go inside. We do still realize that we're still in the pandemic. Take it to the supervisor of elections office. There's also a place for you to drop it off at an early voting site. I dropped mine off in the primaries at an early voting site. I checked online. It was counted. It was in everything. So you could check on it. All of that. Listen, people, we have got to vote. It's no time out for an excuse. Like you make an evacuation plan if your house catch on fire. You need to make a voting plan because the world will come. Let me stop.
Right. If you're behind, I'm sorry, I said ass. But if you stood in line for that Popeye's chicken sandwich, you can go and get in line and vote.
You can go.
If you can get in that long behind line all the way out there in Monroe Street on Chick-fil-A, at Chick-fil-A instead of that line, you can go and vote.
Go vote. Vote early. Put your mask on. Put your gloves on. Whatever you need to do, go vote. Order your mail-in ballot. You don't have to mail it if you think it's gonna be something going on with. Although I don't. I think it's propaganda on that side to try to, start some kind of fear or whatever. Yep. But listen, we got to get out and vote. Got to.
Stand down or stand by.
Got to. You got to. If you don't vote, then you don't get to complain about nothing that happened for the next 4 years.
Ironically, people are still gonna complain, but that's on another lesson and another
lesson.
Conversation.
Wow. So listen, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so you can never miss another show. Something was going on with Facebook tonight, so I'm not sure if we'll be broadcasting from I don't think we broadcast to Facebook tonight, but it's all good. They can come back and watch it on our YouTube channel. So from the mind of JT, he wants y'all women to stop being freaks in the street.
Hey man, they can do whatever they want to, just can't be none of mine.
Oh, so JT don't want a freak.
Hey, I ain't say that now. Hey, I ain't say that.
Double standard.
Hey,
double standard.
Hey, I ain't say that.
Ooh, y'all. Ooh,
I don't need you to be that for everybody.
Double standard. Double standard.
Ain't no double standard, man.
It is.
Lisa, anyway, I got a question.
Yes.
I got a question though.
What's the question?
Would you like a dude that's out there that's being freaky with you and being freaky for everybody else?
Probably no.
See, I
okay then. All right.
The difference is you do you, I'ma do me. I don't have no problem with none of them. Do what you do. I'ma do what I do.
Let me leave on this note, because this is the big note for both sides, right? Because I've been playing devil's advocate all night.
Always.
Listen,
but all I'm saying is, hold on, friends. Hold on before you say it. Hold on before you say it. All I'm saying is, if you had the same uproar about women preaching about being open about their sexuality, you need to have the same uproar about men degrading women and their sexuality or using their sexuality or prostituting their sexuality. That's all I'm saying. So yes,
I don't agree with us doing women like that.
Women talking about it and the men using women. So yes, I'm across the board even that way.
I ain't never used no woman.
All I want to say, Lisa, based on JT's question, don't miss out on your Boaz, man. He might be out there, and you too, JT. Don't miss out on your queen. She might be out there, but then when she get with you, she all for you. You see what I'm saying? Both sides. On that note, I'm good.
I'm not waiting on Boaz, so. I'm just saying.
Oh God, y'all a trip. You guys.
I'm just saying. So JT, is it all love?
Oh yeah, it's always all love, sweetheart.
Have a good night. Be safe.
All right. Good night. Thank you for watching.
Kitchen Talk. CTC.
Conversations that cook.
Good, baby.
Yeah.